Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for another Rye Review.
Friday.
For Rye Fridays. So, we are going back to Iowa here.
Don't
we are here.
do it.
What?
No, don't.
Okay. We're here in Iowa to review rye whiskey.
Ryowa.
Yeah! Yes. Ryowa. Yes, yes. That's a two for dad joke. That's like dad jokes to the second power.
Anywho, what are we drinking?
We're going to drink Tempelton Rye here, and this isn't their regular. This is straight rye whiskey, single barrel selection, 95 proof. And this is a store pick for the still in Lincoln, Nebraska. Ooh. So this is bringing in a little bit of Nebraska, because we're all Nebraska, but let's see how this cork pop goes. I'm curious.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
All right.
All right.
Especially for synthetic cork, yeah. Yes.
Yep. Let's get some of that off of there. There we are. There
95 ABV.
Yep.
Or 95 proof.
Yep.
Proof.
Jeez.
Yeah.
95 ABV is Everclear.
Asshole.
So there we go. Tempelton Rye of Iowa. So, for those who are new to the show, what can you tell us about Tempelton?
Tempelton Rye, in this small town of Templeton, Iowa, on the back here, a superlative straight American rye whiskey from a single barrel. Let's see, I'm not going to get into a whole lot here because they mention a couple of the flavor things here.
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't know about Templeton Rye, they were a Prohibition era town and potential ties to making whiskey for the one and only Al Capone. So there's a little bit of legend and a little bit of folklore behind the town, but really cool church. With the steeple still remaining there, they turned it into their distillery. A really impressive place when you drive by it, out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by cornfields. Shocker.
Now, first thing I get when I put this on the nose, give it a good nose. Red fruit.
Yes.
Like red apple.
Yeah, definitely a lot more orchard fruity forwardness than like the 6-year was. And honestly, it's a little bit higher in proof, but
getting some grain on the back of the nose.
Yeah.
You don't suppose that could be
corn?
Rye?
Mm-hmm. No, corn.
No.
So
corn. All corn.
It's all corn. Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting some grain on the back, but like some red orchard fruit on the front, which that tells me this was
it's just as sweet as the 6-year, but it's a lot more fruit.
Well, gentlemen,
let's do it.
We can smell it or we can taste it.
Let's taste it. Fruity on the palate too. Oh yeah.
Oak and raspberry is all I'm getting.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oak on the front, oak on the middle, oak on the back. The raspberry red fruit shows up in the middle and then the back.
That's spot on.
That's pretty good.
I can't really think anything better.
Yeah, like that's like, yeah.
Wow.
Good stuff though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Okay. So
I'm not getting
going in for a second drink.
I'm not getting I'm looking for that peppermint or that cinnamon.
It's not there. Yeah. I'll finish reading off here. Single barrel resulting from patient maturation in flame-charred oak casks.
That makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. This exclusive bottle is one of more than 300 drawn from a single barrel and exclusively bottled in limited quantities. Each single barrel select displays unique characteristics and the flavor profile, alluding to the individuality of this special release. So no real age statement on there.
I'm gonna guess this is at least 5 years.
You'd imagine.
Because this, I've had scotches that are aged 18 years that aren't this oaky.
True.
Well, and this goes back to your point. Like when you see these store picks, grab them. They're worth it.
Yeah, this one, I'm just gonna be frank between you and me, guys. This blows anything else I've ever had from Templeton thus far out of the water.
Yeah, I would
agree.
Tend to agree. This is really good.
And yeah, like you said, store picks, they're the best value in whiskey. And I venture to guess that other store picks from Templeton would be similar or equivalent, but not the same.
Yeah.
Like you're probably going to have some different fruit journey, if you will, because the reason you're getting the fruits in there is because in distillation, they actually create esters, and esters are the chemical that give fruit its smell.
Right.
And so when you're smelling that red apple, you're smelling the same ester that's in that red apple. So, yeah, this is well done, well aged, well distilled, well casked. Wow. So,
Yeah, it's really nice.
we now have a very interesting and difficult part, gentlemen, the grading.
Yes.
For those new to the show, we grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you must have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 stars means pass it on by. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. So, we're going to grade this as a rye whiskey. As a whiskey, cask-aged spirit. It's shelving. And then for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, as a rye whiskey on a 5-star scale, as a denizen of Ryeowa himself, how would you grade this?
This one actually really surprised me. And I'm already kind of a fan of Templeton. This one kind of restores my faith, especially in our journey through all these different ryes. I'm gonna give I'm like stuck between 3.75 and 4, so maybe I go with the split the difference and break the scale on you guys.
3.85.
Yeah, let's do
All right.
That's where I'm gonna land with this is 3.85.
As a rye
Very
whiskey,
surprising.
How would you rate this?
I'm gonna go 3.75. I really like it. God, there's just something there that I cannot put my finger on. Like you hit it on the head, oak and raspberry, but there's just
Bit of tobacco.
maybe that's it. Like it
Like
reminds
if
me
you're
a bit.
chewing on a big, thick, dark
Yeah.
Nicaraguan cigar.
Right.
Yeah, there's a very thick and
It's not
very
licked.
very
You're just chewing on it.
penetrating taste there. It's really nice, but yeah, I'm gonna go 3.75.
I'm going to disagree with you guys, but only just.
Okay.
On a 5-star scale as a rye whiskey, I'm going to give this 4 stars. This is a
right.
damn fine rye.
All right.
Like, again, store picks. Amazing
Yeah.
values
Yeah,
in
yeah.
whiskey. But I'm
For
going to, I'm going to stick with 4 stars on this. Now we move on to the much more wide world of sports. Whiskey.
As a whiskey, I think this is a little bit more niche.
Yeah.
I would not recommend cocktailing with this. Honestly, I think this is how you should drink it neat.
Yep.
Like this. I think ice would, I don't know if it would open it up. I think it would do more harm than it would good.
If you were gonna do ice, it would have to be just the smallest
Yeah.
little piece, like just a little dab of water instead of ice. If anything, like you just want like a drip to open.
Yeah.
Up.
As a 3
much will
I'm going to go
ruin it.
3.5 as a whiskey.
I agree. 3.5. Just competition wise, you're right. There's a few things you can cocktail with that
Good.
this would support flavor
I
profiles,
think this would
but
make a
this.
spectacular old fashioned.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. But then, with it being like, this is it. If I can't find another one of these bottles, that'll be very difficult.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. This is one of those special occasion. Have a small dram
I
on
think
a.
he likes it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
As a whiskey, I'm going to agree with you guys, but for different reasons. I think this would be a great old fashioned. I think this would go like, have you seen the new trend of like the smoky cocktails?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this would be ideal whiskey for a smoky cocktail. I think this would actually be better than most bourbons for that.
Okay.
So now we're
Saying a
talking
lot.
in a
Some.
very slim
Wow.
ideal here, but
Like
yeah,
the ones
this,
we wouldn't buy.
well,
Yeah.
most bourbon I just would drink neat. It's
Yeah.
just that good. But this one I would do for like one of those smoky cocktails, just because the heavy oakiness. But yeah, I'm gonna go with 3.5 like you guys.
All
Now,
right.
as a cask-aged spirit, this was aged in extra charred barrels, and you can tell.
Like I know it doesn't have an age statement. We have to make some guesses and assume, but like there's something about the double oaks, the charred, that I love that flavor profile on there, so I'm naturally going to be higher on this. I'm going to go 3.75. This is a shocker to me, very surprising bottle.
Yeah, like you said, even without the age statement, I don't think it hurts it one bit. It was a surprise, and I think just being unique enough to the point where it is and having a mystery how long they aged it, it's kind of nice with this one. I'm going to go 4.
Nice.
I'm gonna go 3.75, and this is a dark horse at the tournament.
It is.
Like, I'm a little worried.
This could be the sleeper.
Yeah, like I think
None of us have tried this up until just now.
Yeah,
so.
and this is a store pick from the still.
That's
So
really nice.
I've been sitting on this bottle for 6 months waiting
Okay.
for this review with you guys.
all right,
It's well worth the damn wait.
all right, nice, thank you, sir.
Very.
So I'm gonna, I gotta agree. But now we move on to shelving. Chicken, this is your bottle.
Things are getting crowded after you rearranged it.
He stepped out the door for a few minutes, like, Tony, let's rearrange his shelves. He comes back like, thanks, guys.
Yeah. This is gonna be tough. After I rearrange, it might end up. There's only 2 ryes up there right now. This might knock one off, maybe not. I don't know. It's either top or middle for me. We'll see.
Damn.
Okay.
This is really good.
If this was my rye, it would definitely be either top or middle as well. And it just kind of depends on which shelf had the most room. Because if I had a bunch of room on my top shelf, this would proudly sit there. Now,
Doubled it up.
the secret 5th question, when this bottle runs empty, will you seek another one?
If I can find it.
Yeah.
We might stop at the
I
still
was
on the
gonna
way
say,
home.
I'm expecting you to want to try to get it.
We
on the way
might just
back.
stop there and just see if there's a few extra. But now, store picks nowadays, doubtful. But we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'm going to see what I can do. Now, what did this cost you, USD?
I think this was about 50 or 60.
Okay,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
this one I would buy at 50 or 60.
Yeah,
So,
I think I would too.
well, gentlemen, we got an appointment we got to keep. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people?
No, this is really nice, and yeah, like you said, some of these store picks are just sleepers, and the more popular ones, the best ones out there. This is the type of whiskey that becomes that unicorn, stupidly priced bottle. So snatch these up when you can.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Store picks are always the best value in whiskey, folks, and this just proves it yet again. So, gentlemen, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here at the K.O.E Nation for this very special, surprising rye whiskey review from Tempelton Rye whiskey itself. Yes, I'm going to will that into existence.
Yeah.
So, folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Raise a glass to yourselves. Catch you on the flip side, folks.
See if it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive.
Nice.
El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.